Hello and welcome to another guided session. In this session, we are going to embrace our inner child. Our inner child is the most vulnerable part of us. And as we age, as we grow older, all our actions stem from the inner fears, inner love that was held as we were a child. Some of our fears, ambitions, hatred, envy, and jealousy are all inherently come from one place only, our inner self, inner child. And this inner child, if it has been hurt in the past, must work through in forgiveness and self-compassion, and needs to be nurtured and loved to be able to release all that holds you back, from self-sabotage to all the things that hurt you. If you find yourself not being successful in your relationship, or that you are failing to save money, or if you find yourself struggling with certain aspects in your life, know that it is all have one root cause, that is your inner child. Your inner child possesses everything that you will become. It is the seed from which a tree becomes big and tall, and branches. Yet it is that seed that determines what flows through its branches, turns them into flowers and leaves. It is for this very reason it is important to recognize that we must work as an adult, someone who knows that the child in itself is innocent and pure, it must be loved and nurtured to become safe and harmonious, everything around. So in order to do this, we are going to begin our guided meditation session with a simple chant. This chant is going to help us tune in the vibrancies and frequencies within ourselves. But before we do so, I'm going to ask you to remove all electronic devices from around you. Turn off your phone, unplug your phones, to make sure that there is nothing that will disturb you in this space and time, to ensure there are no bright lights or anything that will come into the room where you are situated, or to have anyone that might call upon you in this time. Just be ensured that you yourself can only help yourself by providing a safe environment. So ask those who may ask for your time, that this is your time. This is your time to find yourself and to help you become a better person. This is your meditation. This is your guided meditation. So make the most of it. And once you're ready, take a seated position with your legs folded in lotus or anywhere you may choose, with your palms open above your legs, resting on your knees. Turn your palms up, your index finger touching, your head erect, your spine straight. If you may choose to do so, you can also take a position of dying or lying cross. In this position, your legs and arms fall naturally to the sides, with your palms turned up towards the ceiling or the sky, with your head resting comfortably, preferably with some support to make sure that your head is in a comfortable position for a lengthy period of time. And once you're ready, you can begin this process by taking in a deep breath on the count of 3, and releasing on the count of 3, and we begin. 1, 2, 3. Your breath, and release very gently. 1, 2, 3. Release gently. That's right. Now again. 1, 2, 3. Hold your breath and release even slower now. 1, 2, 3. One more time. We begin. 1. Take your breath in. 2. That's right. And 3. Hold your breath. And we're going to exhale twice as slow now. 1, 2, and 3. Now take a deep breath in and we're going to chant Om, Om, and Om. So here we go. Om, Om, Om. Now let your calm sensation return. Om as omnibus means everything, allness, all. This is why we become part of the whole and all. That's why we return to our breath, which is the inspiration from which we spring forth. Ideas, imagination, and love. So we take a deep breath in, count of 3, and release, and you can do this on your count. Begin now. That's right. And hold your breath at the top. Remember to hold your breath. And release gently. And as you do so, ensure that you're releasing it and emptying your lungs completely. As you do so, realize that calming sensation that returns to your body. The concentration of upon your breath. As you do so, clear your mind, clear everything from your mind, and be at this present moment, concentrating on your breath. And to close your eyes gently if you haven't done so already, and to let that sensation of relaxation begin to build. Each breath, as your lungs rise and fall, as your chest rises and falls, notice the sensations that spread through the arms, through your shoulders, to your neck. Ensure those muscles are relaxed. Ensure that the ears are relaxed, and the jaw is relaxed, that your cheeks are relaxed, and your forehead becomes relaxed, and then even relax parts around your eyes and your scalp, and that you may soon realize that you held tension in places that you didn't know you held tension. This is why it's important to let go. Letting go of the tension around your neck and your shoulders, ensuring that your biceps and triceps and your forearms are all comfortable, and that your arms are resting comfortably with your palms turned up, and allowing the sensation of relaxation to drift all the way to your fingertips. That's right. Allowing the relaxation to spread further and further. Ensure that your stomach and your back are also relaxed, and that your shoulders are relaxed to the point where just naturally settles in its own position. And as you relax your chest and your ribcage, notice how calm your breath becomes. Notice how you can drift even further down as you spread that sensation of relaxation down your legs, down your thighs, and all the way down to your calves and feet. Notice you can feel each toe and the crevice of your feet. Notice how you can exactly know that you haven't had your attention here for a while. But you can actually relax, that each finger in your hand each toe on your feet. As you do so, notice how your breath becomes even more calm. Notice how you can just breathe in deeply and go deeper twice as fast. Because as your breath goes deeper and deeper and shallower, noticing that you are breathing naturally, the way babies breathe. The calm relaxes your mind. And as your mind relaxes, so does your breath. And as you relax your mind, you open the doorways to which unconsciousness can come comforting. Comforting to the point where you know that everything that must happen is happening now. That you do not have to pass judgments. You do not have to think, then have to be critical. That's what the conscious mind does. The unconscious mind observes. It's the silent one. This is the one that knows that your heart must be at a certain pace to keep your body in line. Knows how to regulate your body's temperature. Knows how much sugar you have in your body. It knows how to digest any food that you put into it. Knows the pace of your breath and allows you to breathe faster if you need to run or be in a calm position as you are now, going deeper. It knows how to control everything. You don't even have to think about when you are lifting a glass of water from a table or carrying a bag up the stairs, or when you need to go to sleep, to go into that sleep. Go to sleep not knowing that it's happened. No one can tell you how it happened, yet you do know that it happens. And yet this mystery, unsolved by modern science and religion alike, happens because the unconscious mind is always in control, recording everything that you have experienced, everything that you see, everything you read, every conversation, every word, and every emotion that you carry. It is there, part of your mind, even though you may not be able to call in your consciousness. It is there when you go into your unconscious. It is the part that remembers who you were when you were a little baby. It's the part that remembers what you were like when you were a child. It remembers all the pain, all the suffering, all the joy, all the happiness. And yet between you is that inner child, because the inner child never really grows up. As you may go through the years, you become wiser, you learn things. But your inner child is innocent and pure. But sometimes the inner child suffers because of the adults that do not know what they do. Sometimes the child suffers because it's in an environment that is not conducive to happiness. Sometimes the child finds that life is tough, that life is full of suffering, and goes through life suffering. But we can change all this paradigm by shifting our consciousness and allowing our inner child to become calm and loved, peace and safety. Because once the baby grows up to be a child, knows that life is happening, that life is wonderful, that we ourselves must find ourselves in a healing position, in a healing environment. Otherwise, the child is hurt. The child is innocent and unprotected. This is why we must look and see that we protect the child. Even when we are adult, we can go back and revisit the child and ask for forgiveness. Ask to show that what has happened is not their fault. Ask to show that life can be beautiful, that the child is innocent. Because if we do not forgive our past, we can never become truly free, because we carry the burdens and the suffering and the pain through the years into our adult lives, even to our deathbeds. It is for this reason it is absolutely essential to forgive, to let go. It is for this reason we must begin at the very end, because we know that through the years we have gathered pain and suffering, and revisit everything that has been impactful. Notice that all the pains, the suffering, all the broken relationships, all the failures, all that has become part of who we are. And it all began when we were a child. As soon as we could walk, we began to see the world in our own way, in our own experiences. So, as we rewind the tape backwards to the very beginning, we'll see that it was our inner child that has allowed us to have our own first experiences. Sometimes these experiences were hard, painful. Maybe we didn't be the person that we wanted to be, because we were not loved, we were not appreciated, or we suffered for it. Or it might be because as we were growing up and turning from childhood to adulthood, that our relationships were safe to a point, yet sometimes we carried situations where we were unsure of the love that we should have from our father and the mother, or from the ones that were taking care of us as we were growing up. Some of us didn't even have mothers and fathers. Some of us suffered regardless. We always searched for love as a child. And today we are going to visit that child in our meditation session, to become familiar with who we are, to shape ourselves, to become a better version of who we are. We're going to begin this process by noticing that we are innocent as a child. So now we are going to do this by going back 1 year at a time. I want you to imagine today's date. See it on a calendar. And each day we're going to go back. One of those calendar pages could get torn off, fly in the wind, disappear. So tomorrow doesn't exist, but the past has been. So we start going backwards, 1 day at a time, 1 week at a time, flying off the pages, and go back to the year before, the year before, and the year before, and the year before, really fast, to that point when you remember your first childhood memory. Do you remember what you looked like? Imagine yourself revisiting the child, that first memory. Watch the child, see the child. What advice would you give that child? What would you say the most difficult point in that child's life? Do you remember the happiest moments? Just say that child that everything is okay, that the child is loved, that the child is pure, that none of the things that happen in the child's life is a fault of his own or her own. The things that happen in this world sometimes are not logical. Sometimes the suffering comes from the other's suffering because they reflect their suffering onto others. Tell the child that you love the child, that you are the older self, that you will protect the child, that you forgive the child, that you are there to protect the child, that you can visit the child anytime and tell that it will be okay. Forgiveness is what is needed. So if someone has hurt the child, just say, it's not your fault. They are fighting with their own demons, their own monsters. You are pure and innocent. You are pureness, the light, the innocence, and I love you. I love you and I will protect you, because I know that if I love you, I love myself, and because I love myself, I'm also going to love others. Have an open heart, love the life, love the world, love the person I share my life with, love my work, love what I contribute to this world, love everything. And through this, say to you, joy and happiness all begin at the childhood. And this is where we begin, by embracing the child. Take the child into your arms and hug. Hug yourself. Hug the child within you. And if you must cry, let the tears fall. If you must cry, let it all go. Because this is healing. This is the part where you let go. Protect the child. Remember the things that have happened. Each sinful thing that the adults passed on to the child. And held it. Hold the child and say, it's not your fault. I love you and I will always love you. Because I'm you and you're me. I will protect you. I will protect you to let you know that all will be okay. They do not know what they do when they hurt you. I let you go. I let you go. Say to them, I let you go because I love you and I will not let other people hold you down and hurt you, because you are pure and innocent. You are you being a child. And I will help myself by loving you, forgiving the past, or letting go of the past that has hurt, pain. I will protect the child and give love to the child and become pure as I am today. Cleanse of my sins cleanse of my hate, cleanse of my pain. This is what love is. Love is joy, happiness, and be willing to let go of the pain and suffering. So here we are, bracing, letting go. Just look into the child's eye and say, I love you. I will always love you. I will always be here for you. Whenever you need me, call upon me. In every situation, I'll be here to let you work through the difficulty. If you ever be hurt, know that I will come and protect you. And remember, I am you, you are me, and that we are okay. We will always be okay. And if you need to cry, let go, do so. It is the release, it is letting go. And once you're ready, let the child be and return to whatever the child was doing, and be there when the child calls upon you. And remember, you yourself can only be the instrument helping that child, because that child is you. You are that child. You are the one who can remember everything that happened and go back and say, I love you to that child, because the child's memories live within you, no one else. And the child is alive within you, shaping your relationships, shaping your life as you go through life. If you're suffering financially or with your relationships, know that the child is there and is reacting. Once you let the reactions go away and forgiveness begins, you yourself will be the one that will benefit the most, because you are having a relationship with yourself, with your inner child, and you yourself must shape what is yet to come, what is yet to be. And you know that the child is innocent, that the child is pure, because child doesn't know the right from wrong, sometimes suffers because it is pure. In this lifetime and many lifetimes ago, children suffered because they knew that the child within is the purest. Sometimes the child is hurt because of this, but the child grows to be strong and healthy and peaceful, because the Father, the one that grows up to be, can go back and visit the child and say, I forgive myself. I forgive what has happened in the past, and I give myself to the child in love. Love unconditionally myself and the child. This way we are one, embraced, strong. If we look into the future and see that life can be ever better, ever beautiful, ever wonderful. And now let the child go and return to your breathing, because you'll find yourself comforted. And you should do this every day for at least 21 days, so that you can visit your child in each circumstances, to let the child be at peace and know that it's protected. I'm going to count 1 to 10. Only when I reach number 10 shall you open your eyes and return back to your daily chores or return to your environment. And until then, know that you are at a safe place. You'll always be loved. You'll always be safe. As I count up, remember that you're going to be feeling wonderful. Broken the chains, broken all that holds you back, and that the sins of the past are erased. I'm gonna count now. 1, 2, 3. Feeling good, feeling refreshed. 4, 5, 6. Feeling the environment, feeling your body, feeling your breath. 7, 8, 9. Feeling comfortable, joyful, relieved, and at peace. 10. Open your eyes. Thank you for sharing this guided meditation with me. I look forward to seeing you in our next guided meditation.